Welcome everyone. TheDailyWoo here as the recording of this Thursday, April 25th, 2024. Standing here in the parking structure at my hotel next to Universal Studios Hollywood. But I will be taking a very short commute in my rental car over to Warner Brothers. I'm wearing an appropriate t-shirt. I have done WB tours in the past, but there is a new one that just started a week or two ago that I have never done called the Classic Films Tour, where they're going to show some things they haven't shown, don't usually show, and have never shown, hopefully. I'm inviting you to join me. Head over to Warner Brothers. It's good to have you here. Shall you? That's good. I'll show the view from where I just was. Looking the other way. So looking, doing the intro, looking inward into the structure. This is looking outward of the structure into the Hollywood Hills. North Hollywood, Burbank line. Not sure where it ends and begins, but I just refer to these as the Hollywood Hills. Pretty good overlook up there too. If you go all the way up there, there's a little public overlook that you can stand at and look into Universal. I've showed that a number of times too. Weather feels great out here today too. It just feels amazing. 59 degrees right now. It's going to get up to 63 around 2. My tour is at 12:30. It's 11:19 right now. And I believe it's going to be a 2, maybe 3 hour tour. A 3 hour tour. Hopefully I'm not getting on a boat with someone named Gilligan. And just like that, from one parking structure to another, I am now at the WB parking structure. It costs $15 to park here. And I learned a little hack, a little trick from the GIV, German in Venice, a long time ago, that when you do the tour here, come all the way up to level 6, park up here where hardly anyone parks. You can park anywhere in their structure, and you can get a look down into the lot before you do the tour. Fun fact. There's the water tower. There's Madame Ruby's down there from Pee-wee's Big Adventure. The alleyway from Gremlins, where the Annie fire escape is from Hard Knock Life. Prince's Purple Rain photo was down there as well. Not going to be talking about a lot of 80s stuff today. Going to be diving a little deeper into the classic films. My voice just cracked out of excitement. It's also interesting as well. It's $15 to park in this. As I was pulling in, had my credit card out, handed it to the lady at the front. She goes, "Whoa, what are you doing?" "Your crew." She assumed because I had this WB crew shirt on, which I purchased here in the gift shop a few years ago, that I worked here. I said, "I don't work here. I just enjoy movie history and I like backlots." She goes, "Oh, it'd be $15 then." But she thought I was part, not even making that up, she thought I was part of the crew. I'm interested to see if that'll be something that happens throughout the course of the day. I'm not part of the crew. I'd like to be, but I'm not. I think recently Ryan Gosling came back out here and they let him climb up on the water tower. He tried to do it when he was filming La La Land here, but they wouldn't let him. And then with the popularity of Barbie, he returned. He said, "I want to go up in the water tower." And they let him up on the little ledge of the water tower. I don't think they're going to let me up there though. Maybe someone will think I'm Ryan Gosling. It could happen. Also, my hotel over at Universal Studios is right over there. So that's how close both of these studios are, and they work together quite a bit. Sometimes Universal movies will film here. Warner Brothers movies will film there on their backlot. It's like a little community. They're rivals, but they utilize each other's facilities sometimes. At least that's how I think it works. Movie magic. Look at this behind the scenes. P6 is where I parked. I think it's technically level 7, but P6, yeah, level 7 right here. One thing you get a lot of in the greater Los Angeles area are helicopters. Everywhere. Always helicopter noise. And I got a few minutes, well, probably 40 minutes before my tour starts. So I'm gonna take a little walk over to the smokehouse real quick to show something. I'll also show exactly what this is. A lot of road noise out here. Experience the golden age of Hollywood in an all-new way. They're partnering with TCM, Turner Classic Movies, to introduce the TCM Classic Films Tour. New tour featured clips from TCM hosts, areas of the lot that are not part of the regular tour, including property department and rose garden, and new TCM branded carts. 3.5 hour tour, which also includes, probably an hour of that is, Central Perk and the area where you could get a photo on the Friends couch and stuff like that. So probably on the lot, probably 2 hours on the lot. $95 per person. A few years ago, this building here was part of Warner Brothers, but they evidently don't need it anymore or utilize it. So it's up for sale. They pulled all the Warner Brothers stuff down off the front of it, across the street from the studios. Now the studios is right there. This is the corner of the last building before you go over the little ravine. I wanted to point out this, which I've showed before, at the smokehouse, well, just across the road from the smokehouse on the corner of the studios, is this cameraman sculpture, which there is an identical cameraman sculpture at Disney's MGM Studios, now Disney's Hollywood Studios in Orlando, Florida, a place that I frequent very often. That used to be an active studio. Now it's just a theme park. But they have this when you're walking down Hollywood Boulevard. If you were in Orlando, or if you were at Hollywood Studios, you look over this way, Chinese Theater would be right there. This one was here first, though. He envisioned dreams that others might share. He's got the camera pointed at Griffith Park, right over there. Warner Brothers off to his side, Griffith Park. You see it in the background of tons of TV productions, like the Waltons, Dukes of Hazzard, etc. There's also a book here that has a bunch of names in it, which I'm guessing are probably different than the one at Studios. But you can get a little closer peek at this one than you can at the theme park version, even though it's kind of hard to read, a little weather worn. Some names down in there. Can't get quite this close to the one at Disney. You get close, but not this close. Now, I've also heard rumors that back in the day, back in the olden days, a lot of the celebrities that were at Warner Brothers, if they wanted to eat over at Smokehouse, there is a secret tunnel, a secret passageway that goes underneath the road that is sealed off, but evidently it might still be there underneath the ground, underneath this road, leading over to get a little lunch or a little dinner. And I mentioned the MGM tie-in because Turner Classic Movies was the one that sponsored the great movie ride that Mickey and Minnie Runaway Railway has taken over in the last couple years of its existence. That was sponsored by Turner Classic Movies, and TCM, Turner Classic Movies, is the one hosting this tour, this new tour that I'm about to do. So in a weird roundabout way, MGM Studios, Warner Brothers, TCM tie-in. It's a stretch, but you get what I'm saying. Now I've done maybe 5 or 6, half a dozen WB tours in my lifetime, and it's just kind of luck of the draw on being able to film. Sometimes they let you film everything, other times they don't want you to film anything, and I've learned it all depends on the guide. But I would say 4 of the 6 times I've done it, they say just don't film the whole thing, just show a little bit. So it just all depends on the guide. So hopefully the guide today is lenient. See what happens. Hollywood made here, that's their slogan up there. And then this says Warner Brothers Studio Tour Hollywood. And you got a little sculpture here of Wonder Woman out front, looking very powerful. And I do love some good merchandise, and they have some specific merchandise for the event itself. They got some t-shirts over here, some books and other assorted things, like this little tote bag over here as well. And check it out, there's a little, there's a bartender here in mannequin form. All right, it's almost time. I have my lanyard here. Check it out, you get a fancy lanyard to go along with this.
Your guides will come get you and you'll head up on tour. If you're in the first and second row, your guide's name is Craig. If you're in the third or fourth row, your guide's name is Georgia. If you ever have any questions, don't hesitate to ask them. They know everything.
Oh,
right?
good.
Have fun, everybody.
We're going to quiz them.
We just watched a pretty good movie informing us about the tour. The ride vehicle holds 14 people. Brand new ride vehicles.
For a movie called Santiago. The star of that show was Alan Ladd. Remember Alan Ladd? Yeah, decades and decades ago. There was a very popular horror movie called Invasion of the Body Snatchers. That was not our movie. However, we copied it for a television show. We got the rights to it. They did 2 or 3 episodes. It was such a flop that they quit filming it. And we're going to go even earlier. We're going to go back to 1957. We're going to go to a movie, a very famous book, very famous author. Robert Kieran Warren wrote a best-selling book called Band of Angels, which Warner Brothers got immediately and filmed back here. We're in the swamps of Louisiana. A little bit late, a little bit early. It's a Garden Night of Midnight in Evil. It's supposed to be Charleston. So you see, we've been around the world. We've hardly even been anywhere yet. Yep. Really tell how deep it is. I'm going to tell you one modern thing, and then we're not going to talk about anything else modern.
Classics too.
Right now on ABC, there is a situation comedy that has won a bunch of Emmys called Abbott Elementary. Come, some of you watching Abbott Elementary. They're all called Lola. Lola, after whatever Lola wants, Lola gets. In the movie Damn Yankees, played by Gwen Verdon. Well, he keeps peanuts on his desk and invites them in. So if you see a squirrel, just say hi, Lola. If you see our coyote, say hi, Wally. Y'all remember Wile E. Coyote, don't you? Oh, yeah. Well, we're not crazy about him coming, but he comes out of that mountain over there. I don't think we'll see him. Jack Lemmon, their final scenes in The Days of Wine and Roses. That's right here. That's right here. See, we can dress that up and make it look very different. So, we could stand right here and, I mean, this is, you talk about it's 70 years of movies in this cabin. Now, this bamboo was branded for Kung Fu, the television series with David Carradine. Yep. Now, I understand in Vancouver they are rebooting this with an all-female, all-Asian cast. That'd be interesting, won't it? Now, when we turn the corner, there's absolutely nothing classic about where we're going. See, 2004. So this is where I'm going to ask the saloon with the swinging doors, the livery stable, the sheriff's office, the hotel. This is where the original Maverick was made with James Garner. Clint Walker in High Chaparral, that's not right, Cheyenne. High Chaparral, Bronco, filmed the most politically incorrect film ever made here with Cleavon Little and Gene Wilder. It was a movie called,
Blazing Saddles.
Yes. I was trying to see. Yes, Blazing Saddles.
Love that movie.
So I know if you laugh that you've seen it. So this is.
So you're saying they never filmed here now? These are.
Yeah, we never film inside.
Yeah.
Now,
I mean outside.
only outside. Don't draw it on a piece of paper. But the reason we call it Termite Terrace. It's that Jack Warner's office is as far as you can get on this 110-acre lot. These dudes were pranksters. Their personalities were like what they were drawing. And Jack Warner didn't want anywhere around him. Now, this building right here is called the Bridge Building. It's actually our legal department, but nowhere do we want a big sign saying Warner Brothers Legal. De Niro, Richard Harris, Vanessa Redgrave. In fact, Vanessa Redgrave did The Merry Month of May back there in the jungle, that scene. And he thought this was going to be his last hurrah. This is supposed to be this huge movie. How many of you have seen it? How many of you have seen Camelot? How many of you have seen Camelot? Well, if the rest of you, if you go home and see Camelot, you should probably eat some mushrooms before and see it, because it's kind of like whoever made that was eating some. The elephant doors are open, they're not filming, obviously. So the inside, and we are going to go inside. Inside is a very thick padding called Insequil. We built a lot of things in here. So let's go into the mill. We should come over to the Kodak Theater one year. Recently, some funny person has brought that 1950s boom sound and put it in front of the statuette. I think that's so funny. The statuette, and now look, they're making a room. Painting a room, obviously. I believe this is for the sex lives of college girls. Here looks like a counter. It looks like a doctor's office. A big box of Legos. Everything is numbered. You put it open, you can take it apart, you can build it, put it back in the box, take it somewhere else. So, here. But let me tell you about a few of the films that we've, Kevin Kline made a movie called Dave. He plays the fake president. He goes to the factory. He catches a fish this big. That's in here. This is the factory Goldie Hawn worked in Swing Shift. This is the factory where the munitions factory, the German munitions factory, that Errol Flynn and Ronald Reagan are trying to blow up. And it looked like we were going to drop on James Cagney.
White
He
Heat,
made 45 films.
Streetcar Named Desire were filmed in here.
Killing. So, in case that dropped in front of me with the flag, with the pink and roof. Tonight, you are so lucky. Now, you need to call back and make a reservation like I did last week. A bunch of the tour guides got together. We pooled our tip money and we went over there and we called and we said we wanted to sit in George Clooney's booth. So we actually sat in George Clooney's booth. You know why it's George Clooney's booth? Because he ate there so often. He did 13 years of ER here. Oh, brother, wherefore art thou? Ocean's 11, the Ocean's 13. Considered one of the top old Hollywood restaurants to eat in, mainly to see a movie star. That is Toluca Lake. That is where they all live. They've always lived over there. Frank Sinatra, Bob Hope, Dinah Shore, Loretta Young, Betty Davis, Doris Day. They all had houses over there. You can still go by and see the same houses. But that's where they live today as well. It goes the whole length of an American football field. The full basement, in the old days, we used to call it the morgue. That's where we kept the body parts and the cadavers and severed heads and arms and legs. Don't worry, they're not in there anymore. We've taken them out. You can take pictures as long as it's not a movie and it's not not of a whole tag. Anything to a beverage or anything to eat, leave it on the cart, please. If you want to leave your bag, your purse, your fanny pack, you're welcome to. How am I doing there?
All right, so only photographs inside the prop warehouse. So no filming in the prop. I take photos that I can just show the photo for the video, but can't film in the prop. Just past those props and that wall is the smokehouse. I was just informed that these parking meters were in Cool Hand Luke.
We were filming here, London in 1850.
These are outside.
Paris in 1920. Cleveland, Ohio in 1950. We've got lights for it. They may be over there. Stoplights, hospital signs, the little horse head where you have your horse next to the bottom.
Yeah, she just reiterated that. All right, got some photos from the props inside, a lot of classic stuff. I'll show them now that we're back outside.
Watch your head.
This is from, not Willy Wonka in the Chocolate Factory, but Charlie in the Chocolate Factory, the squirrel.
Yeah. Because I mean, we have these here, but that doesn't do much.
Maltese Falcon.
When you hit it.
Chandelier there.
So some of these are a little taller. There's some that's like I'll throw cards on it to like. So.
They even have some photos to match up some of the classic stuff that was in there. This was an anti-name. I don't think I've ever seen that. This pirate there, Abe Lincoln in the back. Chandelier is from Superman. Christopher Reeve. I don't remember it, but she said it was from Superman.
I like the desks.
This was used in Casablanca. And this was used in an Elvis film. And this was a Betty Davis chair.
On the second floor, or the first floor, not the ground floor. That's as far as we went. Look, we'll keep on going. This is right there. Now, when we come back, I'm going to show you what we've made in there. But right now, we're going to open
This is the fire department. Check that out.
This is a reboot. Okay. This is a reboot. I think it's only going to have one scene. 1957. The outside would have been in our western town. The inside of the sheriff's office, the inside of the saloon, the inside of the jail would have been in an interior.
That's pretty awesome. Freaking Family Matters right there.
And they used this soundstage, and the other soundstage was double soundstage at that time. If you watch that movie, you'll see the plane take off. It's smoke and mirrors, the fog. And then there you see all of the guys who are working there, all the little guys.
To
They were
that
little
Casablanca.
You know what I mean? They were little people. Forced perspective. Now, this is the Iwo Jima copy. This is called. Everybody was in uniform. Ronald Reagan's name is there. James Stewart's name in there. The ones with gold stars did not come home. These are the original offices. The original Rose Garden was up there. The tennis court that Errol Flynn with Jack Warner, that's not there, of course, anymore. Jack Warner got so mad when he saw Errol Flynn playing tennis when he was supposed to be suspended. This 19 was our beauty building. This was our beauty shop where Ava Gardner, Natalie Wood, Elizabeth Taylor, they would come and get their hair and makeup done here. Then they would walk to the sound stages, but that's when we only had 12 sound stages. We're into New York Street. I hope I can go this way. Yeah, well.
There's Abbott Elementary.
The Big Sleep, right here, the bookstore across the street, Rain Grid, Humphrey Bogart. They're really mean to him in there. He goes across the street. Dorothy Malone, it's her first role. Out of her desk drawer and said, I know what she would need. It all blacks out. Humphrey Bogart comes out looking very satisfied. It's very subtle. Very subtle. The theater is where Dorothy, where in A Star Is Born, Judy Garland walks in and out of that theater. That's where I told you Elvis Presley made Loving You. Betty Jane, whatever happened to Betty Jane? There's little Baby Jane when she danced in the theater. And whatever happened to Baby Jane. Barbara Streisand in Funny Girl. Natalie Wood and Gypsy. I mean, it's pretty. It's been decorated now. Obviously, it looked like a Chinese theater. So they're in the process of undressing this. Now, what we're going to do, I love going.
Getting off. I'm going to walk around Brownstone. I haven't been on Brownstone in a few years. Usually this is all closed off. Not a classic film, but this is the D. Snyder Twisted Sister spot from Pee-wee's Big Adventure. See no evil, hear no evil. You got to burn in hell.
Here it is.
Kurt's here also.
This is where Twisted Sister was. This is where they were singing.
Pretty awesome. I just learned too, being on the tram, that the only exterior shot from the Hitchcock movie Rope happened right here. With Jimmy Stewart, right here. It was like a crane shot looking down.
For best supporting actor. He should have. He played 3 distinct villains. They asked him later, were your feelings hurt? And he said, oh no. He said, your feelings aren't hurt. Nobody can see. Lindsay Cameron and Errol Flynn made 4 of them are married. 3 of them are dead.
Oh.
Looks like we're going to get to go inside one of the brownstones. Never been in the brownstones before. Also National Lampoon's Vacation. Family truckster goes right by here. Roll them up.
When we first started filming in those sound stages with 68-foot walls. But if you go home and watch something, and you turn off the sound, and your ears don't move.
These are construction people. Are they all union?
Mm-hmm. Everybody's using. These are 1920. This is before Warner Bros. A different product. You have a camera down there. You're watching a woman walk out, or a man. This backdrop be different every time. You know, it looks like there was a door there.
So it's interesting, the guide was just saying, from the street it looks like the trees are growing up from the ground, but if you look at it behind the scenes, they are on little planters behind the hedge.
Pink velvet rose, pink velvet carpet. We had the pink Thunderbird and Robert Roman in a pink dress. And we wrapped up the fire tower in a pink dress.
This is looking in the theater where they have certain events and movie premieres for employees.
Blue Beetle, Black Adam. To just name some of the more recent ones. Okay, everybody good? Wonder Woman lived in those apartments. Linda Carter's Wonder Woman. Lois Lane lived there. Ben Affleck and Argo. I know these are not classics. But the subway is a real subway from Manhattan. However, it is. Let's go down this way. No, I don't think I can go that way.
Go.
Yeah.
Just do it.
Well,
Come on,
Just do it.
we won't say anything.
you won't be here. I have no idea what they're filming here. They tell me fake things all the time. Now, that's where he sang Yankee Doodle. That is where George Clooney comes out in a movie called Hail Caesar, a movie about a movie. That's where Batman and Robin, Adam West and Burt Ward race up into Commissioner Gordon's office. Only those were stuntmen. They were not really those actors, because there are 9 steps and an actor can only run up 7 by contract. This is, yeah, isn't that crazy? Right there. The fountain is, the fountain. You see the fountain. I know it's Friends, but Buster Keaton, silent films, and Three Stooges filmed back there. Now, we filmed Streetcar Named Desire. That set has completely changed. It does not look anything the same as it did
Streetcar
anymore.
Named Desire.
That's where we're filming. On the other side of that, with the one scene from Casablanca, we filmed with Cafe Pierre. But I think it too has changed. More modern, La La Land right here.
Yes.
In this the cafe
Love
right
La La
here.
Land so much.
So
That's where she works. For me, it worked.
I think I'm supposed to be off mic, but the red light is not going, so I think we're okay. This is where John Wayne filmed his last film, The Shootist. Turned that into Carson City, Nevada.
Full House.
Mainly by bringing in
Fuller
acres
House, I should
and
say.
acres of dirt.
We have that in the store.
Covered up the grass,
Oh, yeah,
the
it's all full
asphalt.
of trees.
Obviously, if you close your eye when you walk by here, this building is painted to look like a trompe l'oeil, fool the eye.
Oh yeah.
Do a camera only has one lens. If you close one of your eyes, you can see how a camera lens sees this is 3-dimensional. If you look at it with one eye. Isn't that amazing? Now, unfortunately, my 2 hours plus an additional 20-30 minutes has passed me by. I have to take, when I let you out, this is commenced of your own tour. This is where you get to see Foley sound, dialogue replacement. You will become your own tour guide.
This is what the
This is one of the exhibits, yeah. Oh, way more than that.
really?
Yeah,
Oh, I thought
yeah, long ago. But in a different place. This is a different place, totally different place. So when I let you out, make sure you take everything, because the next cart that takes you up to Action and Magic will be a different cart. You won't be getting back on this fancy cart. Is there a fancy cart? And you'll go to Action and Magic, where we have the Wizarding World of Harry Potter, all the DC characters, the Batmobiles.
We're going there too?
You will go there, yeah. You will go there. You can, but here's the nice thing: you stay as long as you like, or not.
If you want to go faster than you want.
Now you decide what you want to see.
All right, back up at the top of the parking structure. It was a successful day, a really great tour. Actually turned out a lot better than I thought it was. Didn't know really what to expect, but it turned out really good. I got to see a lot of places I hadn't seen before, go in some spots I hadn't seen before. Got off of the little buggy that takes you around quite a few times. Successful Warner Brother Classic Films tour. The only spots I really didn't get to go was down in here, because they were doing a lot of filming today, a lot of production, so this whole area down here was blocked off. But that's the parts in the past that I've seen many times, so it was kind of nice not to do the same old. That's gonna do it for today. I'll see you in the next video. The vlog is over.